You may or may not have seen these before, but it's a nail that's stuck in the middle of a piece of wood. There's no cutting, there's no drilling, there's no gluing. It's pretty uniquely made. Stick around and I'll show you how I was taught to do it. I'm using a scrap piece of 2x4. It'll make for a wide base, and it's easy to work with. I scribed a line 2 inches from the top. This is the base, and the fingers will be up here. The fingers and the spaces are all 3/4 of an inch. I had a 3/4 inch scrap from another project. It's a good idea to mark an X on the parts you're going to cut out, because it can get kind of confusing at the table saw. I raised the blade up to the 2 inch mark. That'll be the depth of the fingers. I added a scrap piece of wood to my miter gauge. It's wider and it has some extra reach. That way I might save my fingers. Then I simply cut it to its final length. Well, now comes the fun part. We got to get a nail through the center of this. It's an ancient Chinese secret, but I'll show you how it's done. When the wife's not around, drop it in a pot of boiling water. Make sure you cover the first finger. We're going to give it about 15 minutes. Oh, and by the way, make sure you wash the pan out, or your next supper is going to taste an awful lot like wood. Without wasting any time, get to a vise and squeeze the bottom finger about 1/3 to half the way down. Remember, we got to drill through the center 2 fingers. Just don't get overly aggressive. We're going to leave that sit for 24 hours. Rather than use a drill, I used the drill press because I wanted the nail to be straight on this one. Then it's back to the old frying pan. Check on it occasionally because this doesn't take as long as before. When you're satisfied it looks original, go ahead and remove it. Well, there you have it, my 2 prototypes, the straight nail and the angled nail. I need to decide which effect I like better because I plan on making one of these out of a nicer piece of wood. I have some furniture grade pine, or maybe even a chunk of walnut. These make a great conversation piece, and everyone I've ever showed it to has never been able to figure it out. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. I have many more to come on all sorts of topics. Thanks for watching.